Hello. Welcome to another video here at Faith-Based Workplace. This one is a really good one. Triangulation and narcissist. How does it work? Triangulation and narcissist. How does it work? First, we want to break down, what triangulation is. Obviously, for those of us that don't know, I've been learning about a lot of this stuff too. How it works and how narcissists uses people and things like that. So let's get right into this one. But before we get started, go ahead and click that bell so you can get notified of future uploads. Also subscribe, so you can subscribe, comment, and then also like the video. All right, let's get into this one. What is triangulation defined? Manipulation tactics where one person will not communicate directly with another person, instead using a third person to relay communication to the second, thus forming a triangle. So basically, instead of them coming straight to you, telling you what they need to tell you, they're going to go through other means, like go through a family member, or if you're at work, obviously, they're going to use another employee. Instead of the manager telling you, they're going to tell the employee, hey, go tell Solomon I said this, and the other. That's not good leadership. Let's just call it. It's not good leadership when you're at work. And if it's a family member, you just need to nip that in the bud and go ahead and say, hey, look, how about the person that told you that? Have them call me, or we can talk. We family. We supposed to be family. So let's keep that in mind. So triangulation, works many different ways, and narcissists try to use that to their advantage to be able to basically just another form of another tactic of using something to get over on you instead of them coming directly at you. What is narcissistic triangulation defined? Let's get into this one. Bringing other people or groups of people into a dynamic of a relationship or interaction to belittle the victim to only get the attention of the narcissist. So that's where your flying monkeys come in at. Basically, this is basically describing a flying monkey. So the flying monkeys that come in, let's say it's me and I'm going against the narcissist, he's going to send out his little minions and flying monkeys, might be 4, 5, 6, 7, however many it is. So they're going to try to come belittle me, talk about me, destroy my character, destroy my reputation. That's what they do. So remember, triangulation is working from a few different areas where it's almost like the puppet master. So the puppet master is the narcissist, and they're controlling all the little flying monkeys. So they're using all that to basically direct things, but then all the information and everything goes back to the narcissist. So they end up with all the information. Sad but true. Sucks, but it is what it is. It's just something we got to deal with. We got to realize that once you're in a triangulation, that's when you got to figure out, okay, how do I get out of this? It's easier said than done. I mean, you can say, hey, let me just go ahead and remove myself, but you got to go to God, repent, cast that stuff out. If you can, especially in the workplace, try your best to stop communicating with these people. That way, it's like, because you add into the, fuel to the fire. So every time you go out and you like, well, let me say something and stand for myself, that's cool, but you got to know to pick your battles. You don't have to say something every time I say something to you. I want to bring in the first Bible verse. Let me see. I got on this other screen. I got this little setup now. So let's see. It is okay. Psalms 103 and 6. So the Lord executed righteousness and judgment for all that are oppressed. I'll read that again. The Lord executed righteousness and judgment for all that are oppressed. Why did I bring that Bible verse in? Psalms got a lot of good Psalms. Between Psalms and Proverbs, I find a lot of good Bible verses that are able to relate back to work or just family dynamics and stuff. So with this one, at work, you have people, we know we're dealing with evil spirits. So like I said before, the same people that are narcissists at home are going to leave that home and go to work, and they still narcissists. So nothing's changed. It's just they at work and they're in a different role, they leadership role. Do that make them an effective leader? Usually not. Usually more aggressive, and upper management, what I've seen, think that people with aggressive behaviors are good leaders. That's not true. And then some of them people probably narcissists, but that's for a whole nother video. So no, that's not true. But with this verse, the Lord executed righteousness and judgment for all that are oppressed. So everything that we're going through, all the evil stuff that's being done to us, it's a saying that we've heard before. What you do in the dark is going to come to the light. So all this evil stuff they're doing, I don't believe in karma. I don't say nothing about karma, but God has a way of working things out. And I will say this, there's no whipping like a godly whipping. there's no whipping like a godly whipping. So you have to remember that. So sometimes when people are getting at you and doing things, just remember you can tag in God. You have God on your side. Remember that God is on your side. He's in your corner. Tag him in and let him handle a lot of these situations. Because some of these situations we're dealing with these demons and different spirits and stuff, we can't do it on our own. So when triangulation, and that's something the narcissists love to do, when they're doing all these things, recognize and then go ahead and relieve yourself of it, and then tag in God and move away from that. So that was again Psalms 103:6. Let's move right along. Narcissists seek out people that they can control. So man, they like a challenge from what I've seen. They like a challenge, but they in the end game, they want to control you. And when I say control you, they're going to control your mind basically and control your things that they want you to do. So it's not just that you're going to be just off on an island doing your own thing. No, they're going to be controlling everything, especially in the workplace. When a narcissist is in a supervisor, I say supervisor, but what I'm saying is a management position. When they're in these positions, uh, they use, like I said, they flying monkeys and they have their enablers. I did a video about that. If you want to check that out. Matter of fact, I'll link that one to this one, but to get that whole description. But they use the flying monkeys and enablers to basically be like they welcoming party, but it's not the welcome party you think. It's more like these evil people that's going to push the narcissist to the front or push them up, I guess, like elevate them, almost like they're a godly type figure. And that ain't right. That ain't even what it is. So you got to realize that, when you're dealing with narcissists, you're dealing with a lot. It's not just that one person you see. You're not just dealing with that one person. It's like it's like going to play football. It's not 1 on 11. It's not. They always say my quarterback can beat your quarterback, but the quarterbacks don't play each other at the same time. Your quarterback got to beat my defense and vice versa. So the same thing goes to what did the narcissist. So the narcissist has a team in place, but it's not like football, so to speak, because you don't know what players they using. You see what I'm saying? So they using different people, they using different tactics, they using triangulation. So the person that's coming to talk to you, telling you what the supervisor said, you might want to just go talk to the supervisor yourself, and just eliminate that whole situation. That way, you got a clear understanding. Somebody say something, and then by the time I get back to you, it's like it's said a little bit differently. Go straight to the horse's mouth and go get, what was said to you, go get that. So just realize that, triangulation and narcissists, the way they work it, using that third person, it's a triangle. So you got the narcissist at the top, then you got the person they're using, and then you over here, I'm trying to form the triangulation. Narcissists play the role of the puppet master when it comes to triangulation. I know I just said that, but I wanted to repeat it because when the narcissist is solely their sole purpose is to kill, steal, and destroy, and when they're doing these things and they have a bunch of people up under them, you got to look at it. The movie, what's the movie? The movie It. I don't know if y'all seen that movie It, but the movie It, when you look at it like the clown and stuff, the way they had everything working, they was controlling the little kids and bringing them, under the sewers and doing all this stuff. That's controlling their minds. It's the same thing the narcissist does. You think of that clown, he's the narcissist, and he's controlling a lot of people up under him. So I say him, but it could be a she. Obviously, we done dealt with women narcissists also, so it's not just men. So that narcissist is preying on people and using what they need to use to get whatever they need to get out of them. So don't be fooled. Once you realize and you learn some of these signs of a narcissist, man, hey, I know you can't just quit your job. I know that. But just realize what you're dealing with and then move forward accordingly. Okay. Ask yourself, you have been a victim of triangulation. I have at work and in a previous marriage. And at work, it's basically the same thing I just said. The person in charge would, instead of them telling me directly, she was a woman, but instead of her telling me directly what needed to be said, she'll tell one of the guys, which is basically on the same level as me, was all regional managers. So you go tell another regional manager to tell me instead of her telling me. I didn't know it at the time, basically, but when I look back on it, that's what it was. You can call me yourself. You can email me yourself. You don't have to send your minion or your flying monkey to come tell me whatever. So I know we all deal with some of this stuff at work. So you got a manager that never talks to you directly. Now, don't get me wrong. Now you have a manager and they got a supervisor up under them and they tell us that's different. But I'm saying you got a manager and they telling one of your coworkers that's on the same level with you, they go talk to you. Something wrong with that. You gotta look at that a little bit like with the side eye, like, wait, what? You can't never talk to me one-on-one? Is either you scared of me or you scared of me? You get me? So you know who I am, talking about, like I'm an empath or whatever the case is, and you that scared, you want to come talk to me. So just look at that accordingly and realize that, hey, it ain't all what it seems sometimes, because at work it's so tough because you're trying to do so much. We all there to make money. You got your insurance or whatever the case is. You want to take care of your family. That's what you're there for. All this other extracurricular activity is not what we're here for, but it happens at every place of employment. It's always a jokester, always an evil person. It's always a narcissist involved. It's always some flying monkeys and enablers. It's so much stuff going on, and there's so many rules and regulations and things you can't do at different places of work. So you're dealing with a narcissist controller and they the CEO, woof, and they the narcissists and they using triangulation. That triangle gonna be a different kind of triangle. That they use people, and then them people go use people. So it's almost like a tree, like the Ponzi scheme. So it's just going down. So that triangle it just keep forming and forming. So you gotta break that up. You gotta break it. You gotta call it out, call a thing a thing. Triangulation is a huge tactic of narcissism. So I believe, and many others believe this too. You can research this. That triangulation is one of they tactics that they use. They love it. I'm not saying it's the only. Obviously, they use a bunch of tactics, but it's one of the tactics they use. One of the things they love to use, and they good at it. They're really good at it. They so good at go tell somebody, hey, go tell them, this, that, and the third, and then so that person just run off and go tell them and don't think nothing of it, not realizing you're being used the whole time. You're being used the whole time you work there 2, 3, 4 years, however long you're there, you've been used by this person. And it's not till they realize that they've been used, then they can figure out how to stop that. But if you realize that you're on the third end of the triangulation, go ahead and like I said, nip that in the bud and go talk to them and be like, hey, such and such, Mr. Such or Dave, whatever their name is, and be like, hey, look, you sent oh buddy to tell me something, but I just wanted to make sure, that what he said was right. He can't believe everything that person's saying either all the time. He might not say it the right way. So just remember that, what I'm saying? So you got to remember some of these things and just be like, hey, like I'm going to work. I might be dealing with a narcissist. I might be dealing with a crazy person. I might be dealing with, ain't no telling. It depends on where you working at. You're in the oil field, medical field, you doctors, lawyers, whatever. It just depends. Any given day, you can be dealing with a narcissist or somebody that's got something wrong with them. And you got to act accordingly. And you're not there to get in fist fights and all that stuff and cursing them out and all that. But once you realize what's going on, especially with triangulation and things like that, then you can move accordingly. So let's keep that in mind. Think of the ants. I thought of this last night. I had to write it down because I was going to forget. Think about ants searching for food, and they bring in that food back to the queen. It's the same thing with the narcissists. So they got the flying monkeys, you want to call them minions or enablers or whatever. They going out searching for energy, might as well say. So they're looking who they can kill, steal, and destroy. So they're looking for these people to be like, hey, who can I use and abuse? And the abuse might be physical, it might be mental, it might be spiritual. It's just different forms of abuse. It depends on what their game plan is out of you. Out of somebody else, they might use a different tactic. It just depends. So so you have to realize that that the narcissist is in control of that. So that triangulation, and like I said, the little ant analogy thing I just used, they use these people, just use them. And I've seen it. I've seen like secretaries working for they supervisor or the manager or whatever, and they think they're doing good, but really, you the one that's getting your head chopped off. You ever heard the saying, "Don't kill the messenger"? Well, you the messenger, but the message you delivering is a message you shouldn't be delivering. You the secretary, or this whatever title you are. You work in IT, whatever it is. Let the manager do that. That's them not being an effective leader. You go back to narcissists not being good leaders. So the triangulation that they're using, they get the secretary to go tell So you got I just seen that, you know, what the secretary thinks she got more authority than everybody else. I'm like, you're in a lower position. Not to talk about secretaries, but I'm just saying what I've seen. So you can't come at me telling me things like you're a supervisor of me, you know, but it happens. Trust me, it happens a lot. And that's when, you know, they be doing little side things with the secretary and stuff like that, but we're not gonna get into that. We, you know, all these other things going on. Uh, let's see what else. We're about to come down to the end. Let me get the second Bible verse in. Hold on, let me get that second Bible verse in. I got it right here. It's Psalms 11 and 5. The Lord tried the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hated. I'm gonna read that again. The Lord tried the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hated. So what I'm telling you is, when you're dealing with narcissists and you're trying to figure out, you know, a way out. But right now I'm talking about either at home or at work. You're trying to figure out a way out. Knowing that you can go to God through all this. Now he's going to act in his, you know, he's God, so he's going to do things in his time. But his timing is always right, always right. So don't retaliate against these people. And you know, when I say retaliate, like fight them and things like that. Remember what I always say: document, document, document. Get witness statements. Do all the things you have to do when you're dealing with a narcissist. You know, even when you realize it's triangulation, every time that woman or that man come talk to you and you know it's the narcissist in them, write it down. Time, date, this is what they said. Just remember that. So just remember, the Lord is going to fight all your battles for you. There's no need for you standing up, you know, puffing your chest out and I'm going to go in there and go fight. Nah, miss me with that. We ain't got to do all that. That's not what we're doing. So just realize that that's not part of our game. Our game is to be righteous, is to be good stewards, good shepherds. And if we're not in a leadership position, that don't mean we're not leaders at work. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Just because we're not in a leadership position does not mean we're not good leaders at work. We still can be leaders. We're leaders in God's eye. So you're leading people to Christ and you talking about God at work, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let the narcissist and the triangulation and things like that rule you and have you acting out of character. That's what I'm saying. So the Lord tried the righteous, but the wicked and him that love it, violence, his soul hated. So triangulation is the ultimate form of manipulation. The ultimate form of manipulation, because they're manipulating one person. Really, they're trying to manipulate two when you think about it. They're manipulating the first person, which is the flying monkey, maybe, or the enabler, however you want to say it. And manipulating that person, and then sending that person to talk to you, trying to manipulate you. So they just go on the trifecta, and then they get y'all to working for them, so then they can use y'all to go seek out other people to manipulate. So like that's why I said a triangle just keep going, just keep forming, just keep going down. So it's a continuous triangle until somebody break it up and be like, hold on, I'm not being part of this triangle. Like I said on the video the other day, my circle from the time I started talking about God, like my circle was big. So talking about God, it shrunk. So talking about narcissist, circle just, you know, just a little bitty circle. But the circle that I have, it's the people that need to be in my circle. So I have no issues with that. People that got cut off, whether it's friends or whatever, I have no issues with that. How people come in all the time. And when you think about it, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever social media you own, yeah, these people that come in, they act real friendly, and then they might send somebody else. This is where the triangulation comes in. It they'll send somebody else to say something to you that, you know what I'm saying? So you got to watch that. Even on social media, it happens. So just realize that, hey, look, I'm not part of that stuff. So you come to me when I realize what's going on, and you're trying to do that triangulation, like sending other people to talk to me and befriend me, just try to get information out of them. Hey, I can hit delete quick, delete. I ain't got to talk to you. So it happens, you know, not a lot, but it does happen. I've seen it happen where, you know, somebody, and I know it sounds like somebody I had talked to previously, like months back. So I'm like, oh, okay. I realized that they friends. So she's using them or he's using them to try to get to me still. That's fine and dandy. But once I realize, you know, just cut them out of your life. And last but not least, You're a victim when a narcissist uses triangulation on you. I'll say it again. You are a victim when a narcissist uses triangulation on you. I didn't say you have to stay a victim, but you are a victim because you're being used by a person that just wants to abuse you. They want to kill, steal, and destroy. Now, are they trying to kill you physically? Maybe, depending on the situation, if it's family or whatever, and even at work. We've seen the people, do different things, riding and all this stuff. What do you think these people got on their mind? They're not going there to, protesting peace like we just seen this week just passed, the past week or whatever. And, so you gotta look at these things, like take it for what it is. If you're dealing with triangulation, you're dealing with you're dealing with a known narcissist. Hopefully not a sociopath or psychopath or whatever. It just depends. Are you dealing with a known narcissist? Just recognize, when they sending people to you all the time and they trying to form this little triangulation, it's not meant for good. I can tell you that. It's not meant for good. So again, this video was triangulation and narcissist and how does it work. So I think we got a better understanding of what triangulation is, what narcissistic triangulation is, and how narcissists use people to form the triangle. Don't be part of the triangle. Be part of the circle, like behind me. Be part of the circle. Don't be part of the triangle. You be part of the triangle, you're going to end up in a bad way. So again, hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. God bless you. God bless yours. And guess what? I'll see y'all next time. Thank you.